What's up, everybody? Todd Bumgardner, CEO of Strength Faction, back with you. Before I go any further, I want to thank you so much for the response to the first couple of videos I did in this series. Your questions and your comments are really, really appreciated, and I just thank you so much for doing that. I hope you're taking our piggy bank principle and applying that and making small investments each day to help you grow. And I hope you've taken our progressions and regressions and started to list things like that for yourself so that you can make faster exercise selection decisions, make better ones for your clients, and make both of your lives a lot easier. So, just to recap, hey, let's talk about Strength Faction real quick. So Strength Faction is a 17-week online community-based coaching program for personal trainers, fitness coaches, all of the change makers in the fitness industry. And it's designed to help you take all of the things that you need to make this a sustainable career and apply them for yourself so you can turn this into a career that you love and is sustainable, and you don't just have to be another trainer. Like, you can make this your life and have a life outside of fitness and really construct what you want. And that's our goal, is to make this a sustainable, successful career for you. Okay? So I want to talk to you a little bit about how we've had some folks do that, right? So I'm going to talk to you about our friend from Florida. Her name's Dawn. And so Dawn's done something crazy. So she has literally, and I know we talk about a lot of things, and I know that you're in this industry not just for money, but money is important, right? Like, we have to make it. It helps us live our lives. It helps us live out our purpose. And if we don't make money, we can't continue to be trainers, and we can't continue to live out that part of our purpose, right? So Dawn did something crazy. Dawn has literally grown her business by 400% by following our principles. I'm not joking, 400%. The first thing she did was she started to apply our coaching principles, right? So that's our concepts of what, why, and how. Meeting people where they're at personality-wise. So like, what people, they just want to know what they have to do, and then they go do it, right? They don't need a lot of explanation. They're like, hey, here are my goals. What do I have to do to get there? And you speak to them a different way than you do people that are why people. And why people need a very sound reasoning and a very reasoned explanation of why they're doing what they're doing, so they can connect to that, and then they can go and do the what part of it. And then the other folks are how people. And how people, they need to understand that there's a connection between you two. They want to know how you feel about them. Then they can get to all the other works. Then they can start to ask the questions, and then they can do the what. And Dawn really took that kind of stuff and ran with it and learned how to have better conversations with her clients and have better connection. And when you have better connection, you can get better results and you have better retention. The second thing she did is she started to use our program design system. So some of the stuff that we talked about in the last video. So building out a program design system that makes it easy for you to make decisions and save time, so you can be focused on your clients and you can be focused on the other aspects of what you need to do for your business. And let's say, hey, even if you're a personal trainer at a big box gym, you're still essentially running your own business, right? You got to get your clients, you got to take care of them, you got to make sure that you're getting your name out there, you're providing content to people so that they are attracted to you and they can see that you're an expert in this field, right? So no matter what, you're running your own business, whether you like it or not, okay? So, but Dawn used our information, our program design system, to make it easy on her, right? She built out her templates. She built her progression regression systems, and she laid it out in a very smooth format that allows her to make these decisions fast, program for people, and then continue to program for people down the road by using the assessment information that we use and the reassessment. So being able to have what we call end of program chats with people, being able to have end of block meetings when that fits, right? End of block would mean you got through 4 programs. Now we sit down and look at what just happened and we plan for the future. So being able to systematize these processes, it not only makes it easy for you to go ahead and save time and make better decisions for your clients, but it also shows your clients value in that, hey, I'm going to be looking down the road a ways, and I can plan for that, and they can feel more comfortable staying around. Because if you're coming in and you're just shooting from the hip all the time and they don't see a real direction, it's tough for people to see the value and to want to stay. But if you can show them that you have a system for helping them systematically get to where they want to be, and you layer that on top of the connection that you give to people with things like the what, why, and how that we talked about, then you can keep people around and you can really affect positive change. And that's one of the things that Dawn did. And all this information was coming from our lessons and really taking them, looking at her situation, applying them, and then being successful. And then the third thing that Dawn did, and this really helped her, was she took her training model and changed it based on conversations that we had, right? So there are lessons in Strength Faction, but we also do something called the Strength Faction Q&A, where we get together at least once per week and we talk about not only the lessons in the curriculum, but anything that's going on with you. And part of those discussions turn to, okay, well, how are different people doing things with their training and how they train their clients, but also how they might be running their business. And Dawn was doing one-on-one training with her clients. And what she decided to do is switch to semi-private training, what we call small group personal training here at our gym. We call it small group personal training because, well, regular people, like the folks that you're going to train, like general population, outside of our industry, no one knows what semi-private means. It's a tough, it's a very opaque saying to try to get through. And so we call it small group personal training because people can understand they're training with a small group of other people, but they have an individualized approach. So that's what we call it. Anyway, so Dawn changed her model based on conversations that she's had with us in Q&As, how she's enacted her programming, and how she realized that if she runs an environment like that, not only can she connect to her people better, but she can connect her people to each other better. And when people feel connected, they get better results. Community is a big, big driver of change, but it also allows you to structure your model in a way that you can actually generate more revenue for yourself. And that's what Dawn did. And it really was, I remember having a conversation with her and she was so excited. She was like, hey, since I've done this, I've grown my business 400%. And I'm going to be able to afford to put my son through college. I was like, man, it was one of those moments, man. And so it's thinking about how you can apply these different models in your setting, right? And so what does that do for you? What does that do for us? Like for Chris and I, it's amazing because we've built these systems and we built this model and it allows us to go do other things. Quite honestly, having these systems in place at our gym allows us to run something like Strength Faction and help other folks all over the world. It gives us the opportunity to actually affect change in more people. But it also gives us a lot of freedom. I can take I'm a big hunter. I can take a hunting trip at the drop of a hat. I literally got a call in May. I'm like, hey, come to Alaska. We have an open spot on this hunting trip. Come hunt with us. And I got the call on a Thursday. On Tuesday, I was on a plane to Alaska to go hunt. And there's also the financial freedom that comes from being able to put systems in place that are sustainable, that allows you to produce a good product, get results for people, and make them want to stick around. And beyond that, it's like, we have the opportunity to have more free time with our family, our friends, and just do the things that we want to do. And it's been really cool because it also allows us to travel the world, teach, and explore all of these other opportunities. And that's really what happens when you take the information that we have in something like Strength Faction, apply it in your setting, really stick to it and do it, and then you can create so much more for yourself, for your life, for your family, for your business, for your clients. And that's really the goal. And that's what it means to take this and turn it into a sustainable career, right? So really what I want to let you know about now, that was an awkward way to say that, wasn't it? So listen, here's the deal. On Monday, December 16th, enrollment opens for Strength Faction. But here's the thing, we got a big deal for you. We're going to super early bird. So that's only $79 for your first month. It's a big, big, big lop off the top, and there's no risk. You come in, you try the first month, we make sure it's the right fit. We're gonna do our part of the bargain, you're gonna do your part of the bargain, we're gonna make sure it's a good fit, and if it's not, you can walk away scot-free, and we'll refund your money. But we're so confident that this has worked for so many people that we're willing to do that. We're gonna take all of the risk because we want you to come in. $79 for your first month, that's it. Come in, experience our community, have a good time, learn, apply it in your setting, and let us help you turn this into the sustainable career. All right, thanks so much for tuning in again. Please drop a comment or a question below on the video and let us know what you think, and any questions you might have, we'd be happy to answer. Again, thanks so much.